Good afternoon, everybody. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here. Now, it is Friday, which means it is a fabric junk journal cover day make. And today's is inspired, I think, by the blossom tree outside my window, because it is in heavy, full blossom. It is absolutely beautiful pink, this kind of pink, which is what we're going for. So this is a wallpaper and lace junk journal, inspired really not by the tree outside, but it matches it exactly. Inspired just by the stash that I've got, the wallpaper, the pink beautiful wallpaper that I've got. That's a lovely kind of weight. This girl's party dress that I bought in a charity shop, thrift shop, and yeah, some paper. So let me show you the one I've made, because I made one already. There'll be lots of it I can't do with you, but I'll show you how I've made it, and then we'll put one together with a signature. So I absolutely love this book. As you know, I do like the smaller journals anyway, and it's just something about them when you're holding them. But I like pink. It's got lace. Look at those buttons. It's got all those beautiful buttons on the spine. It's just gorgeous. And then the paper's inside as well. So I don't know. It's just speaking to me. So I put these clips on while I was stitching it in, so that the pages weren't all flapping open, so that I could see where I wanted to be, where my holes were. But I quite like them. I don't know whether I'll leave them on or not, but I want to share the pages with you, because it's slightly different to my normal eclectic junk journal. So for this one that's already made, there's 4 signatures. I think there are about 10 or 11 full pages in each one, so that's 40, between 40 and 44 for each signature. So that's 80, 106. That's a lot of pages. Yeah, about 160, isn't it? 4 4s are 16. Yeah, 160. So the first signature and the last signature, where are you there, are all what is it? Memories of the Meadows. Right, Meadows I could think, but the memories wouldn't come to me, bizarrely enough. Memory of the Meadows. It's a digital kit by Tanya at Tatty Treasure. She did collaborate on it. I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before, actually, with Nanine at Collage Type. These ones that I've got here were the full portrait pages, which I believe were Tanya's, on Tanya's Etsy folio pages, she might have called them. Anyway, I had them already printed off, so I decided to use them, and they were white on the back, and I've left them white on the back. I quite like that. There's a beautiful page and then a completely blank page for writing or art journaling on. It feels very much like a writer's journal, this one, to me, just because it's got lots of beautiful images and these beautiful blank pages. So the first one, the first signature, completely blank in the middle. That's just how it ended up. I'm sure whoever owns this will soon make something exciting happen in the middle of it. Yep. So I won't go through the back one, but it's it's very similar to that one. Just the pages, and then the middle 2 are from the Island book. I forget their names. The couple, somebody Wait, was it? They spent a year on an island, collating this diary. I have shared pages with you before, and then because they're book pages, they're pretty both sides. I put some. It's drawing paper, so it's not cream, but it's not white. It's kind of in between the two, and it matches really well with the colour of the book page. So we've got the book pages and then the drawing paper. Did I say writing paper? Drawing paper, writing paper, whatever. Gorgeous. So that one has got something pretty in the middle. It's just the way it worked out. I mean, I did choose the otter for the middle, but it worked out that it had a picture page in the middle. And the second one the same. There's the middle of it, look. So a cream page, just gorgeous. You know, so the signatures are lovely. I think the cover is lovely. It's a gorgeous weight. It's heavy, I have to say. All those pages make it heavy, and buttons, and it's got 2 layers of lace knit stitched round. But yeah, I think that's what makes it so lovely to hold. So I did get the signatures together, because getting the signatures together and trimming them at all level takes me ages. You know, if I want to be neat, I have to really take my time and, you know, cut slithers off and and what have you. So yeah, it took me a while. These are more like junk journal pages to some degree. So I've got they've each got a piece of graphic 45 on the front. We've got a coffee dyed page. These are Odalcina and Scrap. I've got some of my pink. I think that's Janie B. Some more of my pink papers. Yeah, they're very nearly the same size. But not quite. And then in the middle of each one of these, I've put a page from, something Hedgerow. Yes, can't remember that book. You've seen it. You've seen it before. Yeah, it'll come to me. And they're all, yeah, they've all got pretty similar pages in. Different, but you know, the same kit from, or the same pages from, what was her name again? Odalcina Anne. Anne is her name. Odalcina and Scrap, I think she's called. She might have dropped the Scrap, I don't know. So I've got those ready, because it, you know, for take a while. And I have actually started gluing, so because it's really easy. So I started one of these envelopes, which is 9 inches by not quite 6.5. And because the wallpaper that I've got, not this one so much, this is a backing one, it's glittery, can you see? But this one, I don't know what I've done with all the spare pieces now. Oh, it's right over there. It's real heavy quality, soft, like it's very fabricy like, and thick. So I thought if I just put wallpaper both sides of an envelope, it would be plenty thick enough, and it absolutely is. I think it might be too thick for what I like if I'd have done 2 envelopes, but of course you can do 2. And remember, it doesn't have to be an envelope, it could just be a piece of paper. It's just that I have got thousands of these, and you know, they're all cut to size, perfect size, which makes life easier for me. So yeah, I did this beautiful one on the front, and then this lovely glitzy one on the back. I feel that was on when I picked it up, but who knows. I've done my yellow ones, and I've only done one side of it so far. It was a bright yellow envelope, that one, so I've put some white paper over the back. Or you can probably see I put a little spine in it as well. Just a strip of paper down the middle. So where's the one that's ready to go? This one. So yeah, there will be 3, two this size and one a little tiny one. I think I'll probably keep the little one for myself because it's gorgeous. But these, yeah, these need a home where they're going to be loved more than just sitting on my shelf. So they will be going in Etsy. I've picked out my buttons, I've got everything ready, so what I need to do is just get the lace on here, and again, it's not difficult. So I was going to start by putting it over that, but I just thought that was so beautiful that I decided to do 2 layers of lace, because it does hide that a little bit. Well, that's just from a lace, you know, a blouse. I don't know if you'd call it lace. I call it lace roughly, and cut bigger than around the edge. This part of the dress has got one of those lovely ruffles on it, so I've cut it so that the ruffle would go on the front. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So all I did to attach that, because I'm going to stitch around it like I do all my Fabricate journals, all I did was glue it, let's move that out of the way, really on the thick kind of embroidery stitches. So everything's kind of slow, it's a slow job this. Yeah, and I don't edit my videos, so the most editing I do is stop and join them. Stop and start and join them, so I don't want to keep doing that today. I am late coming to film today. Well, I feel like I've been busy. I don't know that I've done that much, to be honest, but anyway, I'm late. I've got my new filming light, yay! I'm not going right to the very edge. If it's right at the very edge, I'm not gluing that one because I know I have got bits hanging over. It's really just to make it grab, more so in the middle, because it's going to be stitched, isn't it, round the edges, and the 4 sewn in signatures will hold it in the middle bit as well. So it's just like the middle of the front and the middle of the back that could do with a little bit of something to make it stay put. So yeah, I've got my filming light, and I ordered myself some little twinkle lights to put on my shelf. I think I told you I've been putting away all my what would we call it? Not tools, but things that I use but don't use, you know, every day, so they don't need to be out on show on the shelf. I'm kind of moving on. I've decided I want prettier things on the shelf to inspire me. So yeah, I've got quite a few of my journals now up on my shelf. So I thought some twinkle lights would be nice. I will show you when I get a chance. Maybe when I do the ephemera video, I'll show you. You know, sharing the vintage ephemera that I bought at the auction. So I think that's enough. That'll hold it down. I am on the right piece, aren't I? Yes. I didn't even check your view. I think you can see. Yep. Literally just needs to cover it and go over the edge. It doesn't matter. You know, it's more over the edge at the top than the bottom. It's a little bit slanty. It doesn't matter because this will hide it all anyway. I mean, you can do this with any kind of, you know, lace or lacy piece of clothing. Right, am I the right way up? Yes. And I just did exactly the same thing on this. I just went behind these ribbons that are stitched on, you know, put some glue down, not round the edges, and then again just patted it down on top. And it stayed really well, so, because the next job is to stitch it. So I literally just, I shouldn't have turned that up, should I? Followed the ribbons round, so if I do get a big blob of glue, the ribbon soaks it up and it doesn't, you know, leave a hard lump or a really shiny, although it is a shiny piece, a real shiny glue mark. Will have you stuck down well. I mean, it's nice that it moves around a little bit, but I don't want it too loose. See what I mean about it being a long, slow... Oh, my arm's hurting. My arm's hurting squeezing that. Long, slow process. Just getting some bits of glue. Nice though, thoroughly enjoyed sitting and making that other one, but you know, I thought I'd just sit down and make it, and it's taken quite a long time, I have to say. Okay, have I covered it? I think I have. I think there's enough going on there. That's it. And with my other one, I did leave it and let it dry before I stitched on it. But I guess I kind of need to go. I think I might have left more over the edge of that one. I mean, I can always trim it off when I stitch it if I don't like it, but you know, that might not necessarily be a bad thing. So that's what it's like on the inside. It doesn't quite look finished, does it? But I think the stitching, it's very pale pink, so you know, you can't necessarily... Oh, there's a little bit missing on that corner there. Yeah, I think I can nip that one in while I'm doing this one. But yeah, it kind of finishes it off and gives it a bit of an edge. It would be nice in a nice deep pink, wouldn't it? But I don't know, I'm just baby pink at the minute. Today. So that's what I need to do really. I need to go and stitch that round before we can sew the signature in. I'm just thinking, I mean, 4 signatures is a lot. It's a very long, slow job. I'll maybe sew the first one in with you. Yeah, I'll sew the first one in with you, and then I can show you how I'll put the buttons on, can't I? And then I'll finish the rest off camera. Okay, I'll be back in a click of your fingers. Okay, there we go. It's nice with that rosette on the front. Just makes it a little bit different, doesn't it? Yeah, I've stitched it round. I had a devil of a job with my machine. I think I glued on I sewed on wet glue, and it's always bad, because then your needle gets so that it won't go through the material, and it all got chewed up. And oh, anyhow, I took most of it out because I wanted it kind of neat, and cleaned my needle and refilled it, and it's fine. It's all stitched on lovely. So I have used the same template as I did for this one, because they're the same size, very, very nearly. There's maybe, well, there's this much in it, look, 'cause I trimmed it off top and bottom, a couple of millimetres each end. But it's the same size spine, which I think was 3. Did I say it was 3? 3 centimetres, yeah. Well, I got you one straight there, look, a bit askew with. So yeah, I'm using the same template to save me. So all I've got is 4 across the middle, holes equally spread out, and then I think I measured, did I measure 8? No, measured 6. Yeah, 6 between the holes, up and down, exactly the same. So it will fit both books. So all I will need to do is just mind my fingers. Yeah, the wallpaper does kind of what's the word? Misshape, but it goes back to shape. Goes back into shape when you straighten it. Have I gone through? Yeah. Just because that's the nature of the paper, I guess. It feels like it's got not on the outside, but you know, inside it's some kind of a plastic kind of element. Does that make sense to you? Why you not go through anymore? Those little sequins can be devils. That's it. Yep, and the top ones. Oops. So it's not an exact science, but it's as exact as I'm going to make it. It's better than freehand, let's put it like that. Yeah, they're not bad, are they, actually? They're only fractions out if they're out. And these, you know, these hide it anyway. So so I do that, and then I take that off. Just it's not a tutorial on how to, but just for those of you that want a reminder or are interested, just what's the word, crease it a bit more down that, around that spine. Okay, so there's our spine. And then what I do with these is I'll do one at a time, get them nicely squared up. Oops, let go of me. Just put a clip each side, holding the papers where I want them. And then I find the middle. Oh, it's going to be difficult to see on this. My little pencil dot's going to be hard to see. So we're 15.5, so we're just over 7.5 for the centre. Literally just, so there. Let me put a hole in that straight away, because I want to take my eye off it. That's it. I'll lose it. And then I use this, put the centre, line the centre up with the centre. Can you see? I don't want to open my pages too much because it moves them about. So line the centre hole up with the centre hole, and then mark where the other two come. You could just measure it if you wanted to. 6 centimetres, seeing as that's what I did. I find this easier than measuring. Where was that hole? I knew I'd lose it. Let's do that one, because I've lost it. Completely lost it. Oh yeah, I see it now. I see it. Don't take your eyes off it. That's it. I have. It's the light. As soon as I move, the light shines on it, and that's it. Gone through. Ooh, I went through a bit deep there. Okay, thread my thread. So I've got just over 3 times the height of the cover in thread. It's waxed yarn or waxed thread. Make sure you're the right way up when you're sewing it in. I was very good with my last one, so I'm probably due an upside down one. So I go through the middle of that because I want the threads in the middle. I just cut them off, look, not putting beads or anything on them. Yeah, through the middle of that, and then making sure this is the right way up, and I'm going to do the front, so through the hole that I made at the front. That's it, and then line them up, but I do leave a little bit of loose so that I can you know, do them individually rather than going through the pair of them together. I then took that off because it's a bit thick and added my 3 buttons. Now, it is a bit tricky not adding the buttons, but when you come to moving the strings along, the buttons stop the strings moving, so you do have to wiggle about with it a bit. So because I'm going to the top next and I want my first row on the top, I did the first one I just did 3 on the top, look. The second one there's nothing on the top, and I just put 3 on the bottom, just because there's, you know, they're wider. Then I did 3 on the top, then I did 3 on the bottom. If you had all tiny ones like that, you could do them on every row, maybe that one and that one. But yeah, I think it worked out well, every other one, and 1 top, 1 bottom. So this is the top, so I need to go in the top here. When I've got these, I don't know what I was doing there. I've got these buttons on. If you haven't got a selection of pink buttons and you're doing a pink one of these, cream or white would look lovely. Shirt buttons, of course, I love to use the antique mother of pearl buttons. They will be nice on one. Big decision, isn't it, which one to put on? Let's have this big one. It's got like a flower inside it. Oh, some of these are vintage, some of them are new, newish, modern, not new. Or they might be new, but I've not bought them. That's it, and then when you get them a little bit near there, you can thread your needle again. Like I say, if your needle would go through them, it might have some of them, but not many. Depends on the size of the button, I guess, you're using. And then through there. Get them the right way around before you tighten it. And you only want it through 2, even if it's got 4 holes, only go through 2. Well, if you go through all 4, you won't be able to move your threads at all. You'll find yourself in a pickle. Okay, so top, yes. So it's a good job I put that on there. Ouch. It's not a sharp needle, so it didn't hurt, but it made me jump. Oh, don't you let go of there. Get back on. Thank you. So down to the bottom. And you can see I'm just doing through the booklet, you know, the pages separate. Make sure you're in the right row. It's easy to pop over into the next row when you're doing so many as well. Oh, there's my voice going. Okay, and then back through that hole. And back through that one. So this won't pull now, won't pull through because of where these are, look. So because I want to pull that through more, I need to move these up a little bit because that one's right on the centre, and then I can pull a bit more of the string through, look, and they all go down again. So yeah, it is a bit of a fidget widget, but it's worth it for those beautiful. I got enough there. Yeah, I've got enough. If I was wanting to put dangles on, I'd need to pull more. But I'm not. Did I throw a button on the floor then? And then make sure it's nice and tight. Lovely. And I'm going to do my 3 in opposite directions. Well, that's 2. 3. And I'm going to cut them just inside. Not cutting them short at the minute. I might go back and make them short. And I take those off there. And then all I did was, I'm the right way up, aren't I? Yep. Clipped this together so that, because it wants to be open at the moment, it's not trained, so that as I put this one in, this stays whole and it's not in my way. So I'll go ahead and do the others. What I will do with the buttons on this one is, instead of doing it when I go through there, I'll go through there with no buttons. I've got a Dalek voice, don't know what's happening. And then when you come back down through and up here, then I'll thread the buttons on again before I go in to do my final centre. Okay, I'll come back when I've sewn the rest in, because it is literally, you probably won't see anything, you know. I have to, the more of these that are in, the more I have to hunt for the holes, and you won't see anything but my hands. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've decided to come on and do the very last one with you again. So I've put the holes in it, so through the middle, make sure we're the right way up, and you can see why I've got those all clipped together now, because it just helps, you know, me get to the spine without pages everywhere. So through there, and we're having them on the bottom one again, aren't we? I had to think for a minute then. Okay, where are you? Can't see where that hole is now. So I'll just put this back through it. It's because, I don't know if you can see, look, it goes round those threads, those ribbon bits that are stitched on, rather than through them, because they're loose, it just moves them out the way. And then I can't see where the hole is. So yeah, putting your brad back through often helps if you can't find a hole in the original place, not in a new one. Yeah, down to the bottom. You're alive, aren't you? Come on through. So, through the bottom hole, and then we're going to put buttons on again. Don't seem to have very much thread. That's better. Yeah, it's quite a lot in the middle. Come on, let's have a bit of that. Yeah, that's kind of going round that ribbon, but it's part of what it is. Suppose I could have forced it through, but so the last three buttons that I've got out, they're just gorgeous. These are, I'm just thinking both of them will look together nice on my shelf next to each other, but I must not hoard things, or I won't be able to get out of my room one of these fine days. I've got enough signatures. When Neil came in to have a look at my light yesterday, and he said, "Oh, are those all your journals for sale up on the shelf?" And I said, "No, they're all my journals that are not for sale." He said, "Get them sold." No, they're mine. Some of them are written in. One day I might purge them, but not this month, not this year probably. Never say never, I guess. Oops. So yeah, this is why I didn't do all of them on with you, because it's felt a bit like slow stitching. I don't know if I've just been on go slow or what, but yeah, it's just a slow, enjoyable process. So I'm sure watching it 4 times over. Well, watching my hands, it wouldn't be so bad if you could see, would it? But you know, watching my hands obscure everything 4 times over might just be a bit too much of an ask. Okay, so we're going back through that one. It is a bit like slow stitching, isn't it? You put the needle through and pull it through. It's good practice, a 4 signature journal. Now I've done that 7 signature one, I really enjoyed it. Which ones have I done those? Couldn't work out where I was then. Spread them out. Yeah. I'm more patient, I think, so in the signatures in when there's a lot of them. Did I say 7 signatures? Or did I say 7 pages? I meant signatures if I didn't. Yeah, and it looks gorgeous on the shelf. I haven't filled it with anything yet. but I will. So I haven't checked the pages or anything. I literally just did that to them and then clipped them together so I could get to the others. I know I don't need to do that now, but it just will hold it together for a few minutes. Oh, I've still got a dry throat. I had a cough sweet while I was off camera. See what I mean about them looking nice together on the shelf? Be gorgeous. That has caught in the stitching a little bit, but it's fine, I think. Yeah, they feel lovely. I think this one might have a page each more in each signature than this one. I'll have to count them when I list them, won't I? So they'll be on Etsy in a couple of days, unless anybody contacts me first. They're not particularly going to be cheap, though, I have to say, because they're going to take some posting, and gosh, supplies have gone up, haven't they? Glue, and yeah, I'm definitely running at a loss. So yeah, they're not cheapies. I think I said when I put the last sale on, was it over? Can't have been over Christmas. When was the last sale? Might have been. You know that things will have to go up, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm just in love with them. Okay, so let's have a look what we've made, shall we? I know it's a journal series. I could, of course, have put lace pockets and things on there, but like I say, I wanted to enjoy the wallpaper. It's such beautiful wallpaper. So Graphic 45, I believe that's Violet's coffee dyed. Odelsina, Scrap Anne. Who did I say? That's Tina at Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. The other one, I believe it is Janie B. That's a Victoria design, I think. And then Bramley Hedge is what I was trying to think of, is my book. Bramley Hedge book. Can't remember whose that one is. But like I say, this has got... it's following the pink and green and cream theme. But it's more of a junk journal. Still lots and lots of writing pages in it. But, you know, there's more distressed looking pages. The Bramley Hedge book. Okay, I'm not going to do anything else now if you don't want to look at this. You won't miss anything if you leave it. Well, you might actually, because I do need to tell you that the 3,000 giveaway draw, the last one, the lacy one, is going to be drawn again. I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll explain why tomorrow. It's not that Denise didn't contact me, she did. But she's let me redraw it. I'll explain tomorrow. So there you go. It's never over, is it? It's never over until I put it in the post. A little bit of a... How did you escape? Thank you. Oh, I like those two together. That's nice. And they're from completely different makers. Yeah, so it's been a nice way to use up some of my digitals that I've had sitting around as well. That's the Graphic 45 pad again. You know what I'm checking for, don't you? That everything's the right way up. And seeing as I'm in the middle of the last one, I think they are. Hey. It's cosy, she said. It certainly is. Yeah, still lots and lots of writing in this one as well. So, yeah, it's hard to choose, actually. I think I like this one because of the island book pages in it, but I'm not a journaler. So all those, you know, blank pages may not be me. As regards the rest of the pages, this is my kind of thing. Okay, so that's it. Let me know if you have a go at the... Like I say, it's a bit tricky unless you've got the same fabric, but you could make versions of with, you know, just some lace, cut apart clothing and wallpaper. It doesn't even have to have the lace on, it could just be the wallpaper, but yeah, maybe have a go at that. Buttons on there. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow for some book page play and the redraw. Bye for now.